Iraklis Somiaris gets ready. Let me just bring you up to date with the situation in the clean and jerk, because there were some good earlier on today. Suli's teammate Ilya Kafarani actually clean and jerk 205 kilos, and with the 162.5 kilos totaled up 367.2. and 367.5, and only Yun Ayun of China bettered that. He's got a total of 370. That was the B group situation. As you see, Somiaris in trouble. So as we stand at this particular moment, the man who leads the competition after his first clean and jerk attempt is Suli, with a total of 372.5, ahead of the B group men Ayun and Kaparani of China and Albania. So, welcome back. If you've just joined us, this is the early stage of the clean and jerk phase of the men's 85 kilo competition, and Novikov coming on to take his first attempt with 200 kilos on the bar. Novikov, the bronze medalist in the first half of the competition, the snatch behind Azanidze and Suli, Georgia and Albania respectively.
He's having a good day.
He is.
Lifts out of 4 so far.
Yes, and 84 kilos, 35. What that means is that he's going to go to the top of the table. Early days, he's got a total of 372.5, the same as Ilyan Suli of Albania, who got the snatch silver, but body weight deciding those positions at the moment. Yuan Ayun, who did very well in the snatch phase with 170 kilos, with a 200 clean and jerk, currently is in third place overall with 370, and that was the best performance from all the men from the B and C divisions contested earlier on. Now here's Somiaris of Greece under some pressure, his second attempt at 200. No, and he was going for a total of 365, but he's in trouble.
He doesn't look very technically proficient in the second phase. Didn't look very comfortable overhead in his snatches either. Quite awkward and sort of stiff in the shoulders.
And the interesting thing is that he really improved his personal best in the snatch. Remember, he actually achieved 165, and that was an improvement on 152.5. Now, his clean and jerk PB until now was 187.5, so he was trying to do a similar thing, but he looks to have come unstuck here, David. So Yakovlev now has got one opportunity to try and save the day for his youngster. I mean, maybe they overestimated, but it's not often that Yakovlev gets it wrong. And one has to, again, we didn't see him in the water at the back there, but one's got to assume that nothing untoward happened, because otherwise he wouldn't have come out on 200s.
Well, it looks as if the bar is going up to 202.5.
Well, either he's going to call it a day, or Yakovlev wants a bit more time. And it's the man from Iran, the Asian Games silver medalist. He did 200 kilos in Busan most recently, so he's trying to improve, because he really needs to improve. He's way down as a result of only 165 kilos. In the overall ranking at this particular moment, he's down in 21st place. Okay, he hasn't got a total, which distorts that, but he needs this 202.5 badly.
No idea what happened there.
I was just thinking, did he catch it wrong? Was it too heavy? Have a look at it.
Difficult to tell from that position. Maybe his back wasn't flat when he pulled the bar off the floor.
So,
my imagination, or as the music and the crowd noise got louder?
it's certainly not your imagination. They're trying to give Rutkowski every possible boost and advantage. Why not? We'd do it if it was our home platform. As long as it doesn't put him off, it's fine. He's got half a minute to lift 202.5 kilos.
Did well in the snatch. Kept right in there. 172.5.
Just gave me a little heart failure there on the first one, but he's pulled it out of the bag. It's not the best clean and jerk by any means, but most importantly, David, you can just see the coach just waving his hands through his hair there in relief because he's in the game. So Rutkowski leads with a total of 375 kilos, and maybe now, David, as it was in the snatch phase, as soon as he got the first lift in, he'll just feel that a little bit easier and will lift more naturally, because he's still in with a chance, an outside chance of a medal here.
So the snatch winner, Georgi Azanitsi.
He only brought forward a 2.5 kilo advantage over Suli. But of course he did have 5 kilos in hand over Rutkowski. Sounds a lot, isn't necessarily that great when you consider that Azanitsi weighed in at 84 kilos 90. And that doesn't give you a huge amount of encouragement.
Well, not sure about that.
Wow.
2-1 against.
Yeah.
And looks like he may have even dislocated his elbow. Well, I can see why it's a no lift.
Well, he's certainly taking issue with them, isn't he?
And the crowd wants him off. Doctor's trying to get him off, and he's certainly not happy. He seems to think it was a good lift. Well, let's look at it again, David. Was struggling in the clean. Certainly not at his...
Well, he's still trying to get to the jury, and
well, maybe it wasn't a press out. Yeah, although the shoulder twisted, he didn't actually press it out. So
on the evidence of the replay there, David, you're probably just about giving him that.
Yes.
Well, that's one for the referee's exam. The weightlifting referees all have to sit an exam, and there's a new one being composed whereby they're going to be given 100 video clips at 10-second intervals, and they have to mark them as they go. Real lifts. This is Eddie F. Eddie F down in 8th place at the snatch phase, 10 kilos behind Azanidze. Difficult to know what Azanidze does at this moment. We don't know the full extent of the damage to his shoulder. It's very interesting, David, to get a shot of him backstage now, just to see what's going on. Suli. Now this is a 5 kilo increase. So this will take him to 377.5 and regain the advantage overall. Currently third, Witkowski leads, Novikov is second, Suli is at the moment ahead of the B group man Ayub. Good clean.
So he's having a good day. 377.5. And that's the lead in the overall.
27 years of age, been lifting for some 12 years he's been on the team. And clearly, David, Suli's move up after Sydney into this weight category, now we can see the dividend. It's taken a while, but now it's coming. And of course, he'll be delighted that he won't have to face Dimas, because Dimas, when he comes back, will be lifting in the 94 kilo class. And correspondingly, Karkashvidis has moved up to the 105 kilo class.
So we're still on 202.5. Benazvan, the Iranian, failed his first attempt. So needs this for a total.
Yes, that was better. And as a result of the better clean, the second phase is more achievable, and well done to him. And that puts some respectability into his performance now. But 6th, and he's still 10 kilos behind the pace setter Suli of Albania. Novikov has got 2 lifts to come. Suli's still got 1 more. The Iranian's got 1. Witkowski's got 2. But more significantly, David, the Romanian and the Bulgarian, Vanev in particular, has got 3 lifts to come.
This Vanev's posted at 210. So we'll just be warming up.
Now here's another boy who's had a failure, ADF. So needs to do what the Iranian has just achieved. Good lift of 202.5. Well, the clean wasn't as good.
This man never gets many of his lifts in. Always starts very, very close to his limit.
Well, his best is 207.5, and 202.5 he's done this year. Did that in the Europeans. But of course, there's really no margin for error tonight. Everything's so tight, so close. You've got to lift and get the good ones in.
So I wonder what Azanidze is doing, whether he's going up, staying down, or...
Well, if he's injured, David, or sort of has got away with it, he's got to think about next year.
But actually, looking at the board, he's either going up or he's retired.
Let's have a look. Where is he on the board? Azanidze. 205. 205 on the board. So there he is, 205 for Kut. No, I can't believe Kutlik's going to carry on. So it's Ediev, I think, coming out for this third attempt on 202.5. But that really has halted any aspiration that he had to get a medal. So it's not going to be a double Russian success on Saturday afternoon here in Warsaw. But it could be a Bulgarian one. Vanev waiting in the wings. And if Azanidze is having problems, Vanev's ability to lift 210 could be quite decisive, David.
So this for a total. No, could see he wasn't going to do that because he dipped.
So Ediev, who made only 1 out of 3 snatches on 170, unable to add to his score. And just not strong enough to lift this bar over his head. The other man that we really mustn't forget, David, is the Romanian Valeriu Calancea, the 22-year-old, and here he is. Coming out right on his personal best mark. So I think this is going to be very interesting. 84 kilos 35, so he is one of the lighter men. He's got 170 kilos, so this is going to take him to 375. Put him into second place overall. Push Rytowski of Poland down to bronze. Suli, though, still leading the class.
Athletes have done that this evening, just pulled the weight and just kind of bounced in and bounced out again. Of course, because it's so close, everybody's starting on high weights.
Well, 1 life lost, and he's got 2 more opportunities. Suli just biding his time. He's got that 1 lift left, so the Albanian team have got to be very careful how and when they play the card. So Novikov. Now this would take him to 377.5, and by virtue of his lighter body weight, would take him into the lead. So this is the lead for Belarus, ahead of Suli, and it is only his 2nd attempt. And he's lifting well. Good clean, strong. Absolutely no problem, David. New leader.
Very comfortable with that. Better than his opener on 200.
He now has 377.5 kilos, 7.5 kilos more than he's ever achieved in major competition. And this man, who missed out on the medals in the European Championships, finished 4th. Now, a real threat.
But the music's got louder, so we know that it's got to be the pole. So taking 205.
Yes, but the interesting thing here is that this is only a 2.5 kilo increase. It would take him to 377.5, but it would not change the positions as far as the medals are concerned. He'd still be in bronze. Has he done it? Well, he's got away with it. What do you make of that? Was there a press out?
Thought it was okay.
Yeah. So, in terms of total, in fact, he has gone into the silver medal position, because I note that he's got 84 kilos 60 as his body weight. Suli's 84.65. It's that close. So he's moved from third to second, and that's in the overall. And in the clean and jerk rankings, he's now moved up into third place behind Kafarani of Albania. We've sort of forgotten about the man from the B group who lifted to 5 kilos and has a body weight of 84.40, and Novikov. But here is the world champion, Azanidze. A failure on 202.5, which he didn't like one bit. But the secret for him is getting the good clean.
I think someone wonders his shoulder is a real problem. Or
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Same sort of style, but surely that's good enough, David.
yes, 3 white lights. So he takes the lead.
He does indeed. 382.5. He's got a cushion of 5 kilos over Novikov. Novikov, who's got one more lift to come and is lighter, and also Suli, who's got one lift to come and is of course also lighter. Suli now off the overall podium. We've got 382.5 Azanidze, Novikov 377.5, Witkowski 377.5. That's the 1, 2, 3, and then Suli 377.5, and he is in 4th place. And remember, Vanev has not yet started. 205.5 kilograms. Samiadis of now.
Well, I'm just wondering exactly what's going on here. 205.5. This must be a junior world record. Greek record.
Just have a look at this. 205.5 would certainly be a junior world championship record. And Samiadis.
That must be the significance of the 0.5 then.
20 years of age, so still be in the junior ranks.
So failed with 200 twice, now going for the world record. Been in that warm-up in a long, long time.
Yeah, the junior world record.
So fails to make a total.
Well, he's in a tough class, and he does lack experience at this level, but Yakubu, plenty to work on there, I think.
Well, certainly.
I don't think there's... it's not a question of looking at someone and saying, well, I don't really think they have got what it takes to make the grade. It'll be far too early to make that judgment. I think we'll see better things of him in the days and months and weeks ahead. Now, Suli... Now, this is the last card that they're playing here.
Yes, would have expected him to come out at 207.5, but...
Well, of course, he's got the silver medal from the snatch. And this is only 2.5 kilos. So this would take him to 380 put him into second place overall. But he hasn't got the body weight advantages, David, because he's 84.65, heavier than Witkowski and Novikov. We've both got one to come, and are both lighter. But Suli must judge with his coaches what he's able to do.
So 6 out of 6, and a great day's lifting for this man, the ever-improving Suli, Albania.
Yeah, he's got to wait and see now. That's all he can do. But there's no doubt that he's making progress. From the Partizani Sports Club, born in Tirana, and now all the work that he's done over the past probably almost 20 years he'll have been in the sport, but some 12 years on the team, really paying off. Now, Panizvan of Iran failed his first attempt at 202.5 in the clean and jerk, got it at the second time of asking. This game would take him to 370, and 370 of course not worth an overall medal. And not able to handle that sort of weight today. Well, now, David, we get to the serious end of the competition now. Novikov of Belarus has got one lift to go. Witkowski of Poland has got one to go. Azanitsi, the defending world champion, has got one to go. And Vanev has got 3. And Kalansea of Romania has got 2. Now this man succumbed, I thought, rather easily on the first attempt.
Well, he opened up on his personal best, so he failed it, and he's now decided, or his coaches have decided, that they're going to put him up to 207.5, that it was just a technical problem. Hopefully he's going to put right on this lift.
377.5 is the total that he's looking for. And there are already 2 men on that particular mark. The man who's in this has the same body weight. Much better. Couldn't finish it. Didn't finish it
really well, but left the hips behind the bar in the jerk and wasn't able to get his weight underneath.
Well, I was quite confident he was going to do this, David.
It's good clean, it's just positioning. Strength is there.
Hips really not under the bar.
That's right.
So Novikov, Witkowski. This is cat and mouse stuff now. Novikov it'll be. So Novikov, 65, 170, 172.5 in the snatch. 200, 205. So this for 6 out of 6. And this 2.5 kilo increase now would take him up to 380 and enhances, well, it would actually take him into second place overall, ahead of Suli.
Very strong and solid in that second phase. So great day's lifting for him, 6 lifts out of 6.
But interesting, David, that they weren't tempted to put an extra 2.5 kilos on to challenge Azanidze, because if he'd have done an extra 2.5 kilos, virtue of his lighter body weight, he would have gone into first place. As it is, he does lead the clean and jerk rankings on 207.5 kilos, ahead of Kafarani, the Albanian who lifted in the B group, David, who's still on 205 and whose body weight of 84.40 has kept him there in that race all the time. So the Albanian's having a really good day. Kafarani though is the elder of the two, same club as Suli, but Kafarani 32 years of age.
But this is Azanidze. Now he's taken the minimum 2.5. He's going to get this in, hoping to increase his total to 285, and then he's just going to sit back and hope that it's going to be enough to hold the Bulgarian, who of course hasn't started yet.
Yeah, we'll be giving 385.
Best of the clean so far now.
And he doesn't lack determination, does he, David? He wants to hang on to that title. The coach is going absolutely crackers. It was almost as if the coach was about to complain because he sort of thought that he was going to get it rejected, but
well, he says he hasn't won yet because
no, he hasn't.
Vanev hasn't even started. He sat out there and waited till everybody else has finished.
Remember, there's still Ritkovsky with a lift to go. So I don't know whether Ritkovsky's going to go for one big effort. I suppose that's what must be his tactic. And Kalanseer now to save his day.
Yes, this boy is easily capable of this. He's just got to get it right. Failed with a clean the first time on 205. Increased to 207.5, cleaned it really well.
But it's not worth an overall medal. 377.5 has been surpassed.
It's more like it.
And he's into the clean and jerk medals.
And has at least made a total.
377.5, you can see there, it ranks him in 4th place. Clean and jerk rankings, he now moves up into 2nd place, behind Novikov, ahead of Azanidze, and Kafarani, the Albanian, who's been there all the time, is now out of the clean and jerk medal podium. Well, it's 210 for Ritkovsky. So it's a 5 kilo increase. He's waited to see what he needed to do to get an overall medal. 5 kilos will take him to 382.5. It will put him into 2nd place. And then it doesn't matter, in a sense, what Vanev does, because the worst that can happen is that he gets pushed down to bronze overall. So,
well, what's quite interesting is that Vanev was down to come in at 210, but he can't be coming in at 210 because if that was his first, he would have to go before Ritkovsky, so he must be taking at least 212.5.
Well, let's just concentrate on the pole. It's very heavy, and he can't get it up there, and he played for high stakes, David. I don't criticize him for that. They went for the medal. You can't criticize them for that, but he never got the clean.
So now, statistics. Yeah, just not enough leg strength. Just too heavy to. Just too heavy to stand up with.
So it's not over yet.
Well, this will be a personal best for Vanev. He's never clean and jerk 212.5.
It's 5 kilos over what he was lifting in the 77 kilo class, but you'd expect him to be able to handle more.
Because this would only put him on, he actually would need 217.5 to win, wouldn't he? Because this would put him on 380 and put him into the silver medal position.
But this is his forte. Look at that.
Wonders. Has he got another 5 kilos?
Well, he's got 2 minutes. Now, as you said, David, he's now in silver medal position. Got 380, 83 kilos 45, the light body weight, zooming in from nowhere to overall silver medal, and he's got 5-0. He's got 2 attempts. He's got to go for 317, which he will do.
Well, I said at the beginning, if I had to put money, it would be on this guy.
But you pose the question as if you're not convinced that he can do this, or are you?
Well, I'm sure he can clean it. Very, very strong in the first phase. Not quite as consistent in the jerk section.
And it's
but
not.
I think he can do it.
But the one thing against him is that because he's the only man left in the competition, he has only got 2 minutes, so he's got minimum recovery time. If he does it this time, fine. Then it's all over. He doesn't have to come out again, and I'm sure he won't. But if he doesn't manage to do it at this first attempt, all the time he's using up that precious strength, that precious energy, and the third attempt will be even harder.
Well, I'd like to see him do it on this attempt, and then we can see an attempt at the... I can see what he's doing. What he's done is he's increased... You can't see it at home, but what he's done is increased the bar to 215. Now, we know full well that 215 doesn't give him anything. He's already got the clean and jerk gold medal, so he'll then stop the clock, and then he'll ask for 217.5, and that will give him his extra time. No way he's going to come out on 215. Yeah, so this is the tactics of the Bulgarians. As you said, David, having to follow, and that's exactly what's happened. So the clock was stopped, and although, again, you can't see it at home, but it's now gone to 217.5 and giving him the extra rest that he needs.
Yeah. And so, what does he get? An extra minute? How many minutes should he have?
Well, they haven't even loaded the bar yet, so the time will be reset again now. Well, I'd say 2. Right, he's getting another. So this is it. This is half a kilo off the world record.
The world record held by Zhang Yong, although that's of no relevance whatsoever at this particular moment. Well, he's bought time, but at the price of adding weight on. So, have they made the right decision?
Well, this is what he needs to win on body weight. Needs this. 215 wouldn't have been enough. Oh, so strong in that first phase. Now, this to become world champion.
And he's done it. Zlatan Vanev becomes a world champion for the 3rd time in his career, and for the first time in the 85 kilo class.
So are we going to get a world record? Well, he's still light in this class. He's only 83 kilos. There's more to come. We knew he wouldn't feature in the snatch, but we were fully aware of his capabilities in the clean and jerk. And look at this, half a kilo below the world record, 217.5 kilos. And there it is.
Well, an absolutely incredible second attempt there from Zlatan Vanev, 29 now, so again right at the height of his powers. Last time he was world champion, 1988, and that was in Finland. Since then, really, David, in the major championships, the Worlds, the Olympics, things haven't gone. But maybe this is the beginning of a very hot run.
So there it is, the coaches realising that Van Eff is the new world champion in the 85 kilo class. So the question is he going to take another attempt? The bar's at 2:20, which will be a new world record. Is he happy to be world champion, or does he want to add a world record to the achievements of the day?
Well, I'll tell you what he's done by lifting that 217.5 kilos. He's taken Mark Hooster's European record for the clean and jerk. So in this championship, the man who's sitting 2 seats away from us, commentating with our colleague Ron Ringu, Mark Hooster, the Olympic silver medal man from Sydney, has commentated on the demise of his own European clean and jerk record.
I don't think the Bulgarian's coming out again. Clock's ticking away.
Yes, I would be very surprised. I mean, I think that was a massive effort to do what he did, and he's won the championship. And I've seen this happen before. Why come out? What's the point?
Well, the only point would have been a world record, but having said that, we know that in the future he's new in this class. When he gains weight, it's going to be reflected in increased poundages. So, you know, the world record is just a matter of time.
I think you couldn't top that moment. And funnily enough, I think it would have been one of those moments where if you got the world record, somewhat it seemed as great as that second attempt was to win the championship. It's a very brave and hard thing to do, David. You know that, to sit there in the room and pin all your hopes on coming out last. More fail than succeed with that tactic, but Van Eff has been successful today. 212, 217.5 to take the clean and jerk gold, and of course the overall championship. Novikov, excellent in second place there. He's had a wonderful day's lifting and deserves a big pat on the back. And Calansea of Romania, second, in fact, 207.5 kilos, and on the same body weight. But it's Novikov who got to that total first, who gets the silver, and the Calansea of Romania a very good consolation. And remember, he had to pull, because was on his third lift. And there you have it, Van Eff, lighter body weight, 83.45, defeating the heaviest man of the class, the defending champion Azanidze, with Novikov of Belarus, a really well-deserved bronze. And Sully of Albania, I suppose you could say, David, also a bit unlucky because he did lift so well. Well, this is worth looking at. The victory lift. Great clean. If there was a doubt, it was going to come on the jerk, but he is strong.
And there he is, world champion for the first time in his career.
No, third time.
Third time in his
career, but first time in this weight class. World champion in the lower categories. Remember, he was 1997, 1998 world champion, and three times he's been European champion. And I think this one will give him as much pleasure as anything.
Well, it's very good to be able to move into a new category and win the world championship straight off when you're not even matured in that weight class.
And Azanidze, who's been ruling the roost now, David, I mean, he picked up the European title in 2000, was the bronze medalist behind Pyrrhus Dimas in the Olympics, and indeed, of course, behind Mark Hooster in the Olympics. And then in 2001 made the world title his own, having also retained the European title, and this season retained the European title with 380. Last year, he won the world title with 390. Well, 385 was the mark today. It just shows you Azanidze needed more.
Well, he gained that lead of 10 kilos in the snatch, but it just wasn't enough.
And it's very interesting to see where this competition goes now, because Azanidze is only 27, Vaneth 29. So these two men, providing they stay fit and well, are going to be in the shake-up for the Olympics. And what about this man? Very impressive, only 23 years of age, and at the end of the day, he's totaled up 380, which is a 10-kilo improvement on his personal best, and he's taken the overall bronze medal, but only by virtue of lighter body weight over Suli of Albania. And Suli, who had a personal best of 360, has today implied 20 kilos.
I think that 360 though was in the 77 class, so another man moving up.
Yes, correct. But still, this class promises a great deal in the immediate future. And there's Mr. Bazanowski, the second of those two gentlemen there. And I guess, David, he was hoping that Mariusz Rytowski would have managed that third lift, would have given him 382 and a half, and had he done it, he would have found himself in bronze medal. I think Rytowski did